Hey, y'all. Come look at this.
It's a cuttlefish mimicking a human face.
Hey, Segovia, back with another one. We got a good show coming up today, y'all. We got the baby formula lady. We got a church responding to that. We got somebody, one of Kim Kardashian's ex-lovers, saying she's worse than Epstein. And they're not letting go of this Charlie Kirk thing, y'all. Usually it passes and it's over with. I think they're riding this one out to the end, y'all. We want some answers. Let's get into it. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Hey, y'all. Come look at this.
We had a little situation, and the person who goes around calling churches and putting the voice of a baby crying in the background, and I said, really the person is low.
So she low, but the churches that denied her, was they high? Evidently, you one of the churches she called.
It's a witch.
Wait a minute, I thought this was the church. Y'all believe in witches and shit? What about vampires? Y'all better not believe in goddamn vampires.
And my Bible says he do not allow that thing to live.
Hold on, Pastor, you gonna take her out? You gonna eliminate her? This ain't putting y'all in no better light.
It's crazy. People
so you
cheering.
have to watch when you fooling with God. I told him I have my scripture. What happened when you mess with the people of God?
Even though it was a social experiment, babies God children too, right? God love the babies.
You taking your life into your own hands.
Why you keep talking like that, Pastor? What you gonna do? Now, at one time, you say you was gonna pray for her. You keep sounding like you gonna unalive her.
Now, they might have a few little TikTok demons came up in here today. Please stay for the rest of the service. Please stay. But you will behave yourself. Because there's not one of them churches you're going to come and disrupt it. You will be dealt with very, very swiftly in Jesus' name.
I swear this sermon seemed violent. I didn't see that lady have any extra joy in doing what she was doing. Matter of fact, she didn't even pick the churches. It was people picking the churches, and she got daggum called her. She did a great thing. She did the Lord's work, in my opinion. Amen.
And he started coming in, and I've seen this darkness on him. And his cousin was like, yo, because his cousin lived with us. And he was like, yo, is it just me? Or like my cousin, when he come in, it's like this dark feeling that he brings in. I always feel presence, not in my home, but I would always feel a presence whenever I'm at somewhere. But I'm going to sleep every night and a presence is coming in my room. I feel it. It was happening for like a whole week. So I called my pastor and I said, I keep feeling like it's a presence coming in my room. And I'm thinking it's my kids, but I don't see anything. She said, start to say, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. So I just kept saying that every time, and I could tell it left. But I was like, am I bugging or is something really coming in here? So 30 days in, like a month, I'm laying down. My kids is always up at night. They're playing music. I feel the presence come in, but I'm thinking it's my son, because that's what it feels like. Because I'm half asleep. That's what I feel, and I'm like, when somebody come in your room, you know
exactly.
They hit me on my foot, so I'm like, because my foot was out the cover, so I'm like, why Xavier playing with me? I come out the cover, and it's a Spanish man with his hair slicked back, looking at me with this smirk I will never forget. He was like, I was like, this is a spirit? I was like, what the hell? And then when I threw my cover up, like, how you get out the bed, and he was still there. So I ran to my door and I was like, Xavier, it's a man in my room. He said he ran in my room and there's nothing there. He was like, come on, Ma, you saw a spirit? I said, no. It looked like I saw him clear. I was like, this was a man. And then we started thinking, I was like, this is the dead of winter. I'm on the second floor. You would have heard the screen open. You would have heard him jump out my window. I said, this was different. I called a pastor. She said, I'm coming up with a prayer warrior. I'm not going to tell her nothing. I'm just going to come up and we're going to pray. She came in, this old woman. She just came. Hi, how you doing? My kids was in school. She said, let's hold hands and pray downstairs. When she was finished, there's this big picture of me and X on the wall. She was like, is that your husband? I said, yeah. She's like, She looked around. She said, there's a woman that he's with. She said, are you with him? I said, no, we're separated. She said, there's a woman that he's with. She sent a warlock here.
Wow.
I was like, what? What is
crazy.
a warlock? She said, it's a head witch. I said, why? We're not even together. She said, because the power of a praying wife is there's no prayer like that. She said, and they want to put fear in your spirit so you could stop praying for him. Because I was praying, bind us together. You know what I'm saying? Come against any evil spirits. Like I was praying, fasting, turned down my plate. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they were mad. They said, nah, we got to shut her down.
You were still invested.
I was still invested because I was like, okay, maybe I could deal with it this way. Everybody's telling me that, you know, God is the strongest. He's the highest. He's this and that. Prayer works. You know what I'm saying? Because it was early on in now I'm a prayer warrior. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't play with me. I'm ready. Like, what's up? Like, so when that happened, though, I was like, she said, listen, they will never be able to come back here. Read Psalms 27, 37, and 91 for 30 days. She said they will never be able to walk back in this house because it was like one of those, like, caster projecting. When I tell you that was the beginning of my power in God, I stopped eating for 30 days and I just did water. If I felt faint, I'll drink a little orange juice. When I was walking my house over my kids, I got oil. I was like, you can never, I mean, when I tell you it was like I was fighting, but the thing is, right then and there though, I realized that he really was in too deep. And I know the devil's real.
Who was the biggest loser? Satan? No. God. God lost his man. God lost the woman he created with his own hands. God had given Adam absolute authority over this planet, and his own created son committed high treason.
As some of these types of people controlled opposition, have they been placed on this side of the board to give us selected information that the passed and fed down? There is one thing I agree, the people in that industry are definitely selling their soul.
This is an old video recorded of two extras.
Watch the eyes, bro. Watch out. What?
Notice how they
You see how they lit up?
That's alien technology that allows them to walk.
I don't know about the technology and all that. I just know what I see right here. Bro, that's crazy, bro. I'm gonna play that video one more time for y'all, but I want y'all to look at the eyes. This ain't no AI, bro. It can't be, bro. Not this one. Like, let's be real. I do this for educational and entertainment purposes only, man. We just trying to figure this out, bro. Is those aliens what the government is telling us right on the news, that flying saucers is all over the place these days, and aliens are making it out in Nevada and out all these other places in Alaska and all that, right? Or is this the fallen angels? Which one do y'all think? I'm going to play this video one more time.
This is an old video recorded of two extraterrestrials seen walking.
I don't know, bro.
Notice how
It's getting spooky out here, bro.
that's alien technology.
Tell me your thoughts.
What y'all think about this video?
Years don't exist. Months don't exist. Let me tell you how. Because they say it's 365 days, right? But if I can remember, the only amount of days I can remember, only amount of days that I can count are 7 days. After that, the cycle repeats. You got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? After that, the days repeat. How are we getting years? How are we getting months? How are we getting weeks? Make this shit make sense.
Like, it's so deep, even with like the alphabet. Like, why is the alphabet in that order? Like, it doesn't need to be in order like that. But we can't say the alphabet. I mean, some people can say it backwards, forward, but nobody can just. I want you to say the alphabet without writing down, without being in order, without going backwards. Just start naming out. You know how difficult that's going to be? You're going to be like, damn, what did I forget? You'd have to look at the sheet like, okay, I missed this. Like, why is the alphabet in order? Why are days like this? Why are years? Why are we like, we're so programmed. We are so programmed.
For 30 years, and people, when I tell them, their eyes just go dead. The owners of the world are the royals, kings, queens, dukes, duchess, imams, popes, wizards that own every single dime on earth and bank at the Bank of International Settlements. That's the owners of the world who decide every war and arm both sides because they make money. They're arms dealers.
Y'all remember this video? Nah. Hold on, wait a minute now. Y'all know the border's been open for how many years? And how many people done got through those borders? But this is not the only thing. Y'all got to think about it. A lot of sleeper cells got through too. Y'all remember when Ryan, on the Ryan show, when Sarah was on the Ryan show and she was speaking about the Al-Qaeda and how many of them that they train and they send them off to get through the U.S. and they just stay here for a living? Then y'all remember the lady that was in the Denver airport, and when she said something bigger is coming to the U.S., bigger than 9/11. Then y'all remember the protesting that's going on, the protests, the riots, all that's going on, right? Then the Israel and Iran situation with the back and forward missiles. That's a little recap. But y'all just let that sink in. Y'all just let that sink in. And TikTok, this is for entertainment purpose only. I'm only on here to bring awareness to my friends for educational purposes only. And besides, this is information for a new movie that's coming out at the end of July. Share, like, comment, and repost. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Ciao, ciao.
I learned when I was out in Arizona last week that 2 weeks before Charlie Kirk was assassinated, the far-left website Jezebel declared that it had a mission to cast bad luck or a curse on Charlie. They wanted to hurt him in some way. They declared, quote, if the far-right misogynist with a bad haircut wants to villainize independent women, Jezebel is more than happy to be the hag of his nightmares. And they went on to the website Etsy, yes, Etsy, to, quote, cast a curse on him. The website known for making arts and crafts on demand will happily cast a hex through its witches, who you can hire, on someone if you ask them to. Erica and Charlie Kirk heard about these curses. And that news genuinely rattled Erica in particular. She knew Christian teaching on the subject. She loved Charlie, absolutely. And she was scared when she heard of the curses Jezebel had called up. So much so that she and Charlie contacted a friend who I believe she said was a Catholic priest, but definitely a friend, and asked him to come over and pray with them over Charlie the night before he was murdered.
Wait, didn't she say she kicked his ass out the room? You ain't sleeping with me the night before he got offed? I don't know about this lady. I don't know. My BS meter's going off with her.
She eventually worked it through, and so did Charlie. That, as she later told me, weapons will form but not prosper. That Satan and those witches have no power.
So just to add a little color to the story, I think that the people who did this and what we've learned about those women is I think they were probably who hired people that did the hiring were probably trying to be funny. People that don't believe in spiritual forces were probably just like, LOL, it's like Vice. It's like, Vice publication. Like, I smoked a blunt and, listened to the Beatles music backwards. Like, it's like they don't take that stuff seriously. So they're trying to be like, haha, funny headline. Right. And the person who wrote the article about it said, I'm not calling on dark forces to cause him harm. I just want him to wake up every morning with an inexplicable zit, right? So she's probably trying to be funny, to be fair, but contacted witches who are not trying to be funny. That's the problem when people don't understand that this stuff is real, that you're saying to a witch, yeah, I'll pay for you. I'm going to, reach out to you to pay for you to put a curse on Charlie. And that witch did that. And it brought, obviously you can see they were distressed by this. They consulted a Catholic priest who I assume would have immediately conducted an exorcism that probably should have been done in the Latin rite. But I feel like that's just something that people should know, because until something happens to you spiritually, you tend not to believe in these things. And like I said, that's a part of this. They very much know what religion they follow, the numbers, the numerology. It makes sense to them. The people that are in control of this world, be very cautious of that stuff.
Guys, there's something different I'm seeing. So I told you in my previous video that they are constructing and changing the grass and everything. But now I see these plants in that area. What are they trying to do? Like, there are lights being installed. Are they gonna build something that, like, put a statue? I don't know. But I'm just like letting you guys know there were no plants, but by today there are like plants like on that space, and there's like a space in the middle. Seems like something's gonna be there, don't know what. Just wanting to inform you, and that's how it looks here. Let me know if you have any questions, and just guess in the comment what's gonna be there.
Okay, I just got off Erica Kirk's live. Anyone else think it's bizarre? I might have jumped in at a bad time, but as soon as I joined, she was just plugging Turning Point over and over again, telling people to go join their local chapters. Like, what? And then at the end of it, she's like, Charlie baby. This is what she says. She's like, Charlie baby, I will never let it die. I will never let it die. Like, and not in like a genuine caring way, like you love him so much and don't want his legacy to die. More like she looked like she was the new CEO. Like, what was that? This just happened too. This just happened. I don't know. Something about that live rubbed me so weird. But I don't want to judge a grieving wife because that's not my place. But that felt strange to me.
Candace Owens dropped an Instagram story basically saying that Tyler Robinson, the man who is in jail for killing Charlie Kirk, is pretty much innocent. I've gotten this post sent to me like 20 times and it seems pretty urgent and time sensitive, so let's take a look. She says, I want to break this news immediately because it feels important. I think if I don't break it immediately, something bad might happen. I hope I have earned the trust of enough people to believe me when I say that I have verified this information but cannot reveal the source. She goes on to say Tyler Robinson is not the entire narrative that was placed in the media about him having been completely fictional, as are many other aspects of what we have been told. She also says his father having turned him in after a confession is also complete fiction. To the contrary, Tyler Robinson maintains his innocence and has never even been to the UVU campus. There are absolutely zero photos or videos that the campus can produce to the contrary, which is why they have produced nothing other than a blurry image which Tyler's family knows is not him. Tyler has never once expressed want to make that clear. The federal government is lying about absolutely everything other than the fact that it is his gun. Not that we needed further substantiation, but Tyler Robinson did not author those Discord messages. I would like to again stress that he has never even been to UVU campus, but, and I need to confirm this later, I believe he was around the campus on that day. I will have more on this later, but I wanted to immediately publish that Tyler Robinson narrative, plus dad that did the right thing after realizing his son was guilty, is a federal concoction.
There is no way Candace Owens doesn't notice Erica's behavior. Candace doesn't believe the official narrative, but Erica does. She even said on her interview with Jesse Waters, I have faith in our team. And it just so happens everyone close to Charlie has no questions. And she takes over Turning Point USA barely a week after her husband was taken out. But now Candace Owens is talking about churches in Romania. Romania, where Erica ran her orphan ministry. I don't know what it is, but every time I see this woman, it's a red flag. Actually, I do. It's the whispering, the fake tears, and wiping away nothing. It all feels scripted. And instead of being home with her kids, she keeps on making appearances. Charlie was the one who said, keep asking questions because that's what keeps you free. Oh, now apparently questions are dangerous. Both sides are doing the same exact thing. The left is saying he's MAGA, the right is saying that he's a leftist. How about this? Why was the crime scene paved over in 48 hours? Or is this just all big one psyop to push an agenda? Because clearly a lot of people are waking up, and the world is clearly a stage. At this point, nothing feels like a coincidence anymore.
It's a cuttlefish mimicking a human face. I've heard this theory that like cephalopods are aliens, and I kind of believe it now, but that's some predator shit. That's not okay, and that's a real life thing that lives in the water that people are by.
Trump's ballroom.
Dude, I've heard some conspiracies about this.
Yeah, and the kicker, Trump is not using taxpayer money.
Oh.
He has some donors.
Ooh.
You ready for these donors?
We guess.
Google, Apple, Amazon, Meta, Microsoft, Lockheed Martin, Palantir,
Typical.
T-Mobile.
One of these
Sponsored
things
by
is not
T-Mobile.
like the other. Yeah.
Here's where it gets weird. Now it's going to be over $300 million for this 90,000 square foot ballroom. $3,330 a square foot. Way outside the standard of what you pay per square foot for a building.
So what are they spending so much money on?
A theory is that they're building an underground database center.
Yeah, there you go.
A couple years ago, Israel built a underground data center. They paid $319 million for this.
That's got to be it.
So this ballroom is costing about the same as what this data center cost in Jerusalem.
But not nearly as big.
Well, that's just the surface.
Yeah.
Because they're just building a ballroom.
Yeah.
But what's going to be underneath?
And why are all these people interested in
And
investing in it?
They would all invest because they don't want to be excluded.
Oh my gosh, bro.
In 2008, when everyone was telling me to get rid of my MySpace and to get a Facebook, I was right. I should have stuck with MySpace.
Who made MySpace?
Tom, the legend.
You don't know
Everyone
Tom?
followed MySpace Tom?
I didn't have a MySpace.
No.
Do you know how young I am?
I know how old I am.
Bruh, look at this, bruh. Look at this. Nobody is here. Nobody's here in the airport. Nobody. No flights is going out. No, nothing is going out. That is crazy.
Man, I just got off of a flight, and today is the same day that all the airlines are closing down and cutting flights. And let me tell y'all, nobody should be flying right now. This shit is crazy. I hop on a flight almost every week, every other week, and I ain't never been scared to fly. I love flying. I would not fly right now. I got a layover, and I'm thinking about canceling my flight. I'm telling you, if you have a flight coming up, cancel it. You can cancel it right now for a full refund. It's just too much going on. For starters, it's already bad weather. It's getting to the point where places are icing over, snowing, so there's already travel alerts. To start off, the lines are 3 hours out the door to the airport. You have to be at the airport 3 hours early or you're going to miss your flight. Actually, you might not even miss the flight because flights are getting delayed left and right by 45 minutes, hours, 2 hours. And I've never seen nobody panic like this. Like even the gate agents are panicking. The gate agencies are like high-fiving each other when a plane actually takes off. Like, I'm so serious. This shit is crazy, bro. I've never in my life seen nothing like this at the airport. And imagine being on a flight and getting turbulence. Right now, this shit was crazy. I was on a flight. I couldn't even sleep. I couldn't even close my eyes. I had to just sit there and pray the entire 2-hour flight because I was getting turbulence.
Seriously, though, we've heard a lot about extremism recently. A nastier, harsher atmosphere everywhere, more abuse and bother boy behavior, less friendliness and tolerance and respect for opponents. All right, but what we never hear about extremism is its advantages. Well, the biggest advantage of extremism is that it makes you feel good because it provides you with enemies. Let me explain. The great thing about having enemies is that you can pretend that all the badness in the whole world is in your enemies and all the goodness in the whole world is in you. Attractive, isn't it? So, if you have a lot of anger and resentment in you anyway, and you therefore enjoy abusing people, then you can pretend that you're only doing it because these enemies of yours are such very bad persons. And that if it wasn't for them, you'd actually be good-natured and courteous and rational all the time. So, if you want to feel good, become an extremist. Okay, now you have a choice. If you join the hard left, they'll give you their list of authorized enemies. Almost all kinds of authority, especially the police, the city, Americans, judges, multinational corporations, public schools, furriers, newspaper owners, fox hunters, generals, class traitors, and, of course, moderates. Or, If you'd rather be an extremist on the hard right, no problem, fine, you still get a lovely list of enemies, only they're different ones. Noisy minority groups, unions, Russia, weirdos, demonstrators, welfare sponges, meddlesome clergy, peaceniks, the BBC, strikers, social workers, communists, and of course, moderates.
This was like in the 70s, 80s, y'all. He made this. And how did that play out? Right? That's why I say there's people on the left and right are so similar that you don't even realize it. Like the reason you hate the people on Snap, the reason you hate, cops, on the left, whatever, the reason you hate all that is because they want you to hate all that. It's all by design. It's all by design to keep us divided, y'all. That's why I try to say, like, when I bash Trump, like, if you go watch my videos last year, I was bashing Biden, y'all. I bash I'm honest with it. I try to be, at least, right? So this is ringing today, big time.
And upstart actors. Now, once you're armed with one of these super lists of enemies, you can be as nasty as you like and yet feel your behaviors morally justified. So you can strut around abusing people and telling them you could eat them for breakfast and still think of yourself as a champion of the truth, a fighter for the greater good, and not the rather sad paranoid schizoid that you really are.
I have what is called a perforated septum, slightly different from a deviated septum, and that is it's what you think it's from. Don't do drugs, kids.
Michael Jackson's daughter.
Everyone's going to have the experience they need to have with life. I'm not going to tell anyone what to do, but I don't recommend it because it ruined my life. I don't want to get plastic surgery to fix it because I'm almost 6 years sober, and so you have to take pills when you do a surgery that gnarly, and I don't want to with that. But I've been living with this since I was about 20, and it's a bitch when you're in the studio coughing vocals, and I can actually stick a spaghetti noodle and do that with it.
I watched completely innocent be desecrated. And I watched the people that did it grow in power and praise and get presidential nominations. It breaks you when you witness things like that. They also are carrying a completely different set of genetics that's not from man. The sons of the fallen still exist here. And
guys, I really want you to look into the Finders cult, founded in the 70s and 80s. An outrage was sparked when 6 unbathed children in rags were found by the police, and 2 members of this club were detained. Now, conveniently, the charges were dropped. But we know the saying, there's no smoke without fire, so let's look at the smoke. A customs agent, Ramon Martinez, claimed that there was photos of these children being made to act out rituals. The actual guy who founded it, Marion Petit, claimed that there was ex-CIA, ex-Secret Service, politicians, people of high power that was part of this group and on side. So isn't it such a coincidence that the case was abruptly dropped? And there's even a memo in DC where the police were told to call off the investigation by the CIA.
That was quick, right? That bridge didn't last too long. That's crazy. What a waste of, I don't know if they have taxpayer dollars out there, but the people funded that, right? I don't know what they call it out there, but that was a waste.
Megyn Kelly dropping the Charlie Kirk receipts today. Did y'all see this?
But I found video, me, Tucker, and Charlie speaking backstage right before Tucker went out. Tucker and I were talking. Charlie came over and interrupted for just a second. He says to Tucker, "Go Max." He interrupts the conversation because he has to say to Tucker something. And what was so important to him to tell Tucker was, go Max. Here it is. It's quick. It just happens to be on tape. And it backs up what Tucker said.
Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens.
Because of fucking aliens? I don't know how the hell we got them. I've never seen it. The pilots who flew them had never seen it before. The president didn't know about it.
Got it. When they were telling President Obama about it and they were going over the options, I think like the chief of staff of the Air Force said, there is one more thing. And he told them, the contingencies, we're going to get in a fight. As soon as we land, this is when we're not coming home from, and we know it. We're going to get shot down. This is not a third world country. They have probably Russian or Chinese made anti-aircraft shit. We're going to get shot down. These helicopters, they're supposed to be stealth. We don't know if they work.
Welcome to a new era of history. The Grand Egyptian Museum has officially opened its doors in Giza, the largest archaeological museum in the world. Visitors can now stand face to face with the treasures of King Tutankhamun, ancient artifacts, and the iconic statue of Ramses II. A new chapter of Egypt's timeless civilization begins today.
See, why does the powers that be make Egypt look like it's, don't go there. Don't go there. You're going to get offed. You're going to get tortured. You're going to get if you go to Egypt, right? But it looks pretty damn beautiful. You see the concerts over there at the pyramids? Like, not that I've ever been to a concert, but I'm just saying, like, it doesn't look like a third world country over there, y'all. It looks like it's a $1 billion museum they got right there. Would you guys go check out that museum if you went? And they tell us this lady's holy, right? Look at her. See how they lie to us? Don't go to Egypt, but watch this movie and buy the toy that has a weird website. Like, who lets their kid? No.
Let me tell you guys something about that 10 freeway accident. Now you guys see what the fuck us truck drivers see. And nobody gives a fuck until it happens to them or until it happens around them and shit, you know? That shit is fucking sad. I don't know the story about it, but every time that I see an accident, like, it's just like, fuck, dude. Like, why do people have to drive so fast? Why do people not give a fuck? Like, this is the world that we're living in and shit. No one gives a fuck about nobody. Fucking, this is what happens and shit when, like, people are on their phone, people are drunk. Like, we see that shit every single fucking day. That shit makes me more mad than fucking sad, dude. Even though it is sad. Like, you know, people are fucking, come on, man. We got to do better and shit.
Sorry for the language. But yesterday we were driving home. I don't know where we were at, but we were driving home and there's just this guy just aggressive driving. And I was just thinking, like, man, his body just has to be so tense all the time to be driving like that. And, like, I don't know what he was going through. Maybe he was having a bad day. I don't know. But to be driving like that, like, I know when I'm driving, it's a 65 speed limit. I'm going 60, right? I'm cruising. That's just how I drive. I've been there, done that. But this dude he was an older dude too. Like, he just must have so much tension built up in him to be driving like that and slamming on brakes and going to the right. Like, that dude's just, he's got to be an unhappy person to be driving like that. It's true. Like, what makes somebody drive like that? What makes somebody drive like that?
Va para adentro.
Mírala.
Dale, pitale. Pitale, pitale, pitale.
They're all honking at him.
Biblical places that still exist in real life. The Rock Moses Split. In real life. Jordan River where Jesus was baptized. In real life. Garden of Gethsemane where Jesus was arrested. In real life. Tomb of Jesus. In real life. Red Sea where Moses parted the sea. In real life. Sea of Galilee where Jesus walked on. In real life. Synagogue that Jesus went to. In real life.
So apparently Ray J is working with the feds right now to drop a major RICO case against Kim Kardashian and her mother Kris Jenner. I'll show you the footage in a second. It was during one of his live streams, but he said that this is going to be worse than what we saw with Diddy. If you don't know who this guy is, he used to be a rapper a while ago. He also had an interesting relationship with Kim herself, so maybe he does know something. And we saw Kanye make a lot of allegations about Kim, but we never really seen anything come to light, so maybe now we will, but check this out.
This federal RICO though, on KK and Chris. Ooh, the federal RICO I'm about to drop. Anybody know Kim and cool with Kim? They need to tell her now. The rain is coming, the feds is coming. Hey, Ray! The feds is coming. It's nothing I can do about it. It's worse than Diddy. It's worse than Diddy. It's worse than Diddy. The feds are coming to investigate. Yeah, because it's like, I can't be the dirty guy no more.
This is
See, I think that's all by design too. Like if this does come through, like the Diddy thing, like all these things that got exposed, right? The churches, all these things that got exposed. Remember Cat Williams said this is the year of like when the lies get exposed. Like, so that means this is all by design. Like they're following an agenda. You know what I mean? They're following this agenda, and he just knew about the agenda. And just like, what are the chances he says that? And then, like, think about this Diddy thing was like big. Like Diddy was, he runs it. He runs the hip hop culture, which for a long time ran the kids, the young generation. Right? Not really lately, but you know, back in the 90s, 2000s, all that. Like hip hop was, like it or not, hip hop ran music. And he ran that, and that got exposed. So there's a reason why he came out and said that. Like, he knows something.
For the last time.
It's all by design.
So this is a Candyland, like, thing that's saying this store is going to be arriving soon, but it never comes. And it's disturbing because at first they look like demons, people, but then they don't. And the guy from earlier, he's right here.
Yeah, that's
How'd he
creepy.
get over there so fast? I don't like it. Terrifying. I'm shuddering.
You got the blood test, and he tested you, and what were the results?
The results were inconclusive,
And what does that mean?
meaning that I have the same type of blood pathogen level, things like that. Everything just came out pretty much inconclusive. They weren't able to come up with any results. Per
Any
se.
results at all? Were they strange results?
Some things were, yes, higher glycemic level, things like that.
And what about, you have no body fat?
Correct.
Barlow's saying, no, this isn't real. This was on national TV. I
Remember I
think we
said those
more have
talk
to look
shows,
along the lines
Tyra
of
Banks?
Luciferian bloodlines that got scattered about the globe, and they're all trying to find each other. Because how many times have we heard former Satanists, former members of cults speak of this bloodline that the alleged 13 families all have? We all know what these people like to get up to, so of course there's going to be bastardized children that are scattered about who don't realize what bloodline they're truly a part of.
Fucking Michael Jackson, bro.
No, but nah, Michael Jackson's my nigga. I was just hanging out. I was just hanging out with Michael Jackson.
But no, like that was like the first time I ever experienced like Hollywood for what it was.
Oh no way! What'd you think
First,
of it?
I called Mike the next morning and I'm like, bro, like that was the shit that I witnessed.
She saw some shit.
To this day, I'm like that. Yeah.
What did you see?
No.
Just what we could
No,
believe
she
it.
wants to go to the next party.
Yeah.
This YouTuber faked a live stream in order to give himself an alibi while he was murdering his girlfriend. This man's name was Stephen McCullough. His videos would be centered around tour reviews and specifically on the show Doctor Who. I'm gonna show you the videos as well. He's the one with the beard.
All you do is put coins in the sock.
Yeah, no, okay.
Bro.
What is the drop zone?
Nah.
Steven was dating a woman named Natalie McNally, and she was pregnant with their first child. December 19th, she was found beaten and stabbed to death. He was the main suspect in the beginning, but he used the live stream as an alibi, saying during this time I was live streaming. And you can see on YouTube,
You literally see me on camera fucking playing video games.
exactly, they just let him go because it made sense. And everything seemed in his favor until investigators watched the actual live stream, and the stream is called the Violent Night stream.
You still watch the stream?
Yes, it's up. It's 6 hours long. And the stream,
Like, why are you gonna name, if you're gonna do this, right? Why are you gonna throw some subliminals in there? Like, I don't get it. I don't get people. Like, why are you gonna throw that subliminal on? That should be the last thing you name that live stream. I would have did like giveaway, right? Something positive.
it was Steven just playing mainly GTA Vice City. Basically poking fun at
What he just did.
what he's gonna do in the future.
That's why I like sticking to just doing crimes in a video game. Because I'm a bit of a sadistic bastard, I suppose. But then again,
Yeah,
that's
it's
a
just
video
crazy
game,
as fuck. I mean, you have to be to do something like that to your pregnant girlfriend.
So who gives a fuck? I need to kill this bitch.
Hold on, it gets even crazier, bro.
I don't get people, y'all.
You know, they got the drones that look like birds. Come on now. Come on now. I know I'm a powerful person and I'm in the motherland, but y'all could get the fake drones look like birds from over here. It just dipped and it came back. Y'all tell me, is it a drone or is it a bird? Y'all tell me.
It is just hovering there.
I know I'm handsome. I know, but is that a drone or a bird? You tell me, guys. You guys tell me. You guys tell me. Talk to me, guys. You guys tell me. It's been hovering 15.
Wait a minute. Must I remind y'all? Y'all remember the guy who was saying that God sent him to warn the people about California? That man said, leave. God sent me to tell my people to leave California. Evacuate. Don't come back. That was the warning. I don't know about y'all, but that guy who be on YouTube, I forgot his name. I think it's Brandon Biggs or something like that. I know the last name is Biggs. But whoever that guy was that went viral sometime last year, and he was saying he's telling the people to leave California, evacuate. I need y'all to come to the forefront. We need to find that man. Where is that man? If y'all see the video, please tag me in the video. But all I know, all these people that's talking about all these prophecies that's taking place really is happening. But y'all let me know in the comments. And like I always say, y'all stay prayed up and stay safe. Keep your eyes open. Don't trust nobody. Peace.
This is the neighborhood that's inside Walt Disney World. And let me tell you, man, the money that I can smell I mean, what tarnation, man?
Last night, I noticed that every single one of Whoa Vicky's newest YouTube streams is titled "Help Me, I'm in Brazil, Danger," which threw me down a rabbit hole, and I realized that something is very wrong. And I know some people think she's trolling, but I and many others are starting to think that this might actually be a real case of human trafficking. This is part 2, so if you haven't watched part 1 yet, watch it, it's all in a playlist. Vicky's first alleged captor is named Aboki Torjar.
Not releasing for her. It's a joke. Why would I joke about my business? This is where I make money. Calling everybody be saying though everything funny. Not funny because she's not coming back to this.
And online goes by Father DMW. He's a popular Nigerian content creator. There's a clip where Vicky and Father DMW are doing a marriage skit, which is supposedly a joke, but she looks extremely uncomfortable in this clip. And then there's another clip that looks like he's seemingly showing the power that he has over Vicky, telling her exactly what to say to the camera.
I did Lagos. I did enjoy myself. I did enjoy myself. I don't want to go back. To American. So American people, bye bye. Bye-bye. American people. Say bye-bye. Oh. American people, bye-bye.
American people, bye-bye. It's possible her captors are actually the ones making her post these joking videos about being in danger and apologies, so people actually think she's trolling and don't pay attention. That way, no one would take her cries for help seriously and they can continue to profit off of her views. And why would she have to constantly insist that she's safe?
It was just a joke. I was just trying to show everybody that in America that it's not that serious, that Africa is a very safe country and you will be safe no matter what race you are. You know, I was just trolling because everybody was like, why would she go to Nigeria? Is she crazy? Whatever.
That would be strange behavior for someone who knows that they're safe to go around telling people, it's okay guys, I'm safe right now. I'm in such a safe place. Again, following the backlash, Vicky defended Father DMW in a tweet that says, "My brother, Father DMW, looked out for me throughout my entire trip to Nigeria. I love and respect him deeply and would never want anything to happen to him. I also apologize for how this situation reflects on me. I never intended to make any black man or any country, especially Nigeria, look bad. If it came across that way, I'm truly sorry. I love Nigeria, I love my brother, father, and I love my people." The tweet just seems off, like someone else wrote it, and it doesn't add up to the story at all. And if it's all a joke, then why is she soon after seen with another creator, Check in Effect, in Kenya, where she is again in a sketchy area surrounded by only men, as if she's being handed over to another captor, and the entire video is very off.
See, she interacts. Free Vicky. Free Vicky. Vicky's free. Look at her right now. She's enjoying herself. She's living her life. You understand? She's living her life. You understand? But we control with good reason. She's here at her own free will.
Come back for part 3 because it goes even deeper than this.
I think we'll be back for
I'm
that,
sitting in this chair. Almost remind me of like a lecture hall in a college. And I was sitting next to this African-American chick from Brooklyn. Why do I know that she's from Brooklyn? Because I sat down and I was like, yo, what up? And she was like, hey, what's up? And I was like, what's going on? And she was like, nothing, I'm chilling. I'm from Brooklyn and just kind of bugged down. I'm like, yeah, it's bugged down from the Bronx. That's crazy. Once again, we're not scared of where we are. We were just perfectly okay with being in this weird auditorium, talking to each other. And then as I'm starting to get to know this lady from Brooklyn, I look down and on this platform in the front, there's a table. On top of this table, there's a black box. There's an archway in the right side of the room, and this being comes in. It walked very like it didn't have no bones. Imagine skin with no bones, translucent, with like crystally golden water inside of it, and a flicker of a flame for a head. And it gestures like this with his hand to the box that's on the table. The box opens up from the top and a hologram of the earth pops up. And it starts spinning slowly. And then a little meteorite comes and hits the earth and the whole earth explodes in this hologram. And I hear in my mind, and not in my own voice, in another voice that sounded almost robotic in a way, a little robot like when this happens, you will all have a job to do. Like it said that. And then flash, and I'm in the middle of this field, with a whole bunch of other people, and we got our hands up like this, and there's this light coming fast towards Earth, and it just explodes in the middle of the sky, and it starts to look like little fireworks trickling down. And then I blink, and I'm back in the driveway, and this UFO is just slowly.
This is how you know that we are living in the end times. When I came back home, I just happened to look down and I saw this cute flower. It was just blooming. And normally these flowers, they don't bloom until springtime. But guys, it is fall and it is almost November, and the spring flowers around my house is starting to bloom. So this is how you know that we are living in the end times, because the Bible said you won't know the summer from the winter or the fall from the spring. So get right with God and have a blessed day.
You know, I did notice that with my tree outside. I was looking at pictures, you know, you get your year memories or whatever on your phone. And my tree at this time last year, sticks, right? My tree right now is still green, lush. Everybody's trees down the block, right? Everybody's trees are still lush. My lantana out there is still bright and red. So, yeah, I don't know. You guys have anything blooming still, or your trees that are normally, especially people back east, trees that are normally sticks and stones right now? How does it look?
She's incredible. Can I?
This is crazy,
You're
y'all.
amazing. Look at that smile.
Why is everybody
That's
again
crazy.
wearing wired headphones? People are wearing wired headphones. All the athletes all over the NBA, celebrities in general right now, they're all looking like Birdman. For so many years, people thought Birdman was a fool. They're wearing headphones again, specifically the Apple AirPods. They cost $18, the wired ones, the USB-C on Amazon, original. The quality is always known to be better because it's direct, it's not wireless. But it's saying that it's actually something that FBI, etc., can't tap into you because it's not Bluetooth. Something about it to me just makes it feel trendy, where people also are trendy about it. Shit, I'm buying a pair this week. I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna join the trend. Everything comes back around. We used to wear skinny jeans and we used to clown people that wear baggy jeans. Everyone's wearing baggy jeans.
It always
We're
goes full
going into the
circle, yo.
future. Now we got the headphones. Like, people don't want to wear the wireless headphones now. Like, all these companies, Beats, Apple, they're all gonna start making wired headphones again. And they're gonna try to upcharge.
I'm gonna buy my skull candies again.
Skull candy.
Bro,
Let's bring skull candies back.
Got some Sonys right here, y'all, or JBLs. Like
I'm
10
about to
bucks.
play the most disturbing Theo Vaughn clip you've ever heard.
Duke. I used to work out with David Duke when I was growing up. Holy shit. We shared a back fence when I was growing up.
That's right. Theo Vaughn used to live next to millionaire Klansman David Duke, who was the grand wizard of the KKK in Louisiana. Also tried running for public office several times. This confirms two things for me. One, Theo Vaughn didn't grow up poor. His father actually got caught selling steel to a fascist dictator in the DR. And that's how he lost his job. 30 billion tons of steel. And this confirms all the racism. You don't get with the Grand Wizard as a kid, and that doesn't permeate every inch of your brain. So when he calls Mark Zuckerberg's kids those mixed babies, now this makes sense. And I'm sure he does feel a little bit bad about what's going on in the Middle East, but he doesn't care about the immigrants being deported here. So I don't understand how you have empathy for one situation.
You know, I used to like Theo Vaughn back in the day, y'all. I never liked his stand-up, right? I never liked his podcast, but back in the day when he used to go on the Joey Diaz, back when he used to take mushrooms and stuff, you know, I thought he was funny, but then it just got played out, y'all. Like, it's too much lies, and I can't relate to that. So, but you know, he's big right now, and everything always comes full circle, y'all. I always thought he was racist. Like, you joke too much about it, a little too much.
It's not alien. It's demonically inspired technology. Jack Parsons himself said he had a vision where a being called Belial Dajjal, which was the word I showed you for Antichrist, gave him a vision saying, you are important for my work, so I'm going to help you unlock what you've been seeking. All of that came from what? A guy that was doing black magic that he studied in Egypt. Pharaoh was the enemy of God, master magician. Those pyramids, in my opinion, were either created by the demonic realm, or the same as the Knights of Templar who went underneath Solomon's temple during the First Crusade and found the manuscripts of how to perform witchcraft, black magic that dates back to Babylon.
From this famous NASA rocket scientist to your favorite musicians, your favorite actors, to the Shiva statue outside the Kern building. There is a lot of occult influence. Jack Parsons was obsessed with Crowley. And from his own words, he said that when he used to perform these seances in these laboratories, that the demonic would help him gain ideas for new technology. There are some people who believe that this is true and this is a practice that elites use, trading something with the demonic for information, technology, etc. We've all heard the saying, all the aliens built the pyramids. I don't believe in aliens. I think aliens are demons, so good point. Maybe it was the demonic who built the pyramids for the pharaohs, a known enemy of God.
We had an FBI consultant on the picture telling me that they can use your ADT security box microphone to get your stuff that's going on in your house, or OnStar, they could shut your car down. And he told me that 1 in 5 phone calls that you make are recorded and logged. And I laughed at him, and then he played back a phone conversation I'd had 2 years prior to joining the picture. The FBI consultant. And it was like one of those phone calls, it was like, you know, what are you wearing type of things. Really? Yeah, so it was mad weird.
Okay, so riding in Chicagoland on the freeway, this is 294 passing Halsted. I don't know what this is floating in the sky. Like, at first I thought it was balloons, but if it was balloons, it'd be moving. And then right at this time, it started raining. So I'm like, it can't be leaves or something that is floated up into the sky. Like, whatever this is stationary, and it's a lot of it. And it actually goes higher than that. Have you guys ever seen anything like this? Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are.
All right, family. There you have today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You made it this far. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Not much going on today, y'all. Mama Bear's off today. It's her Friday off, so I don't think we're gonna do nothing. I think we're just gonna relax, kick it, maybe cook some good steaks for dinner or something like that. But I get a lot of comments on my hats, y'all. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it today on my second channel. It's in the description. Segovia Reacts 2.0, right? Or a picture of me like this is gonna pop up over here. You guys can click on that. That'll take you to my channel. Go over there and subscribe. We're going to get into it right now. I'm going to go over all my hats, give you a little backstory on them. So if you guys are interested on my hats, I get a lot of comments on my hats, y'all. I got a lot of hats. I've given a lot of hats away, and I've sold a lot of hats. So if you guys want to know a little more about my hat collection, go over there and check it out, y'all. But I'm going to get over there and get going. This is Segovia signing out of the Man Cave. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.